Lakers get back on track against the Charlotte Hornets, responding after that brutal loss against Atlanta. Big win against Charlotte there. They should have beat Charlotte. It was a little scary there until halftime. Lakers able to pull away there in the third quarter. We'll get into that game a little bit later, but this sets up the big-time matchup in the Western Conference against the Oklahoma City Thunder. In this video, I'm going to talk about how the Lakers stack against the defending champs. Is this kind of a measuring stick game this early on in the season? Luka versus SGA, two of the best players in the National Basketball Association. But first, let's look at these Thunders. So they actually played tonight against the Warriors. They'll be playing the Lakers on the second night of a back-to-back for them. They drubbed the Warriors tonight, 126-102. They led by as much as 30 at one point in the game. Curry only had 11 points. Jimmy Butler had 12. Kuminga led the team in scoring with 13. It's a testament to how good this Oklahoma City defense is. They're such a complete team from top to bottom. There's really not a lot of flaws with this team. This is why if you're going to go into Oklahoma City and win, you got to play really tight basketball to be able to pull one out. Looking at the injury report first, Gabe Vincent's out, LeBron's out, Adu Thero's out. Kind of same old for the Lakers. But, Maxi Kleber's there. Austin Reeves is there. This is the healthiest they've been so far this season with LeBron still being out and Vincent and Thero. On the Thunder side of things, we're not going to know who's playing before game time. That's the one benefit to playing on a back-to-back is you don't have to release your injury report until later on the day of. So it'll be a little bit of a surprise who's going to be playing, who's going to be in, and who's out. Jalen Williams, Aaron Wiggins, Lou Dort, and Kenrich Williams all did not play against Golden State. We'll see which of those guys. Doesn't look like Kenrich Williams is going to play in this one. We'll see if Jalen Williams comes back for this game against the Lakers. Maybe Aaron Wiggins, Lou Dort. It's all kind of up in the air right now. So we'll see what's happening. Chet Holmgren, one thing to watch. He's perfectly healthy. He played in this game against the Warriors. He has not played many back-to-backs, though, dating back to last year. Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact that Oklahoma City they had such a good record last year that they weren't really worried about playoff positioning. They were going to be the number one overall seed, and they pretty much knew it halfway through the season. So that could play into it. Again, Chet Holmgren's fully healthy, but we'll see if he's a surprise late scratch, especially if Jalen Williams is coming back in this one, where they might be able to give him a night off. So looking at Oklahoma City as a whole, their only loss came against Portland. This team is fantastic, picked right up where they left off, had a couple overtime victories on night one against Houston. Crazy fun game on the opener, and then they had a overtime winner in game two as well. Living on the edge a little bit early, but they just kind of have that championship DNA. This team starts and stops with SGA. 33 points per game, leads the team about 6 assists per game. He does it all. MVP picking up right where he left off. Chet Holmgren has been that number 2 star they paid him to be, especially with Jalen Williams has missed a few games this Season. Chet Holmgren averaging about 19 points per game, about 9 rebounds per game, so almost a double-double for him. Big stats for him. AJ Mitchell. Now, this is kind of the unsung hero so far for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was a second-round pick from last year. He didn't play a ton last year. He played some spot minutes. Looked kind of good when the Thunder were up on people by a lot in a lot of games, so their bench did get a lot of run. AJ Mitchell, though, because of injuries to Lou Dort and Jalen Williams, has gotten a lot of looks this year, and he's averaging about 17 points per game. Of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder and Sam Presti finds some late-round gem in the second round that looks like he could be a potential star. The thing that they're really excited about is as him as a ball handler, they might be able to give Jalen Williams and SGA when they're on the court together, when they're both playing in the game, some rest. Usually for Oklahoma City, they've always had SGA or Jalen Williams on the floor at all times to kind of have a dominant ball handler, kind of like the Lakers want to do with Luka and Austin Reeves. One of those guys has to be on the floor at all times so that you always have a guy who can bring the ball up, get into your offense. But AJ Mitchell, the kind of emergence of him has allowed them to maybe going forward, maybe give those guys some rest so they can close out the game, and AJ Mitchell kind of carry the scoring halfway through. So he'll be an interesting player to watch. He's been popping off for them. Isaiah Joe, nice guard in the league, averaging about 15 points a game. Aaron Wiggins averaging about 15 points a game. They have so many guys who just do it all. Isaiah Hartenstein coming over from the Knicks a few years ago, averaging about 13 points per game and 12 rebounds per game. His job is to get some easy buckets and rebound the basketball, get it to the guards. The guards, they have so many talented guards that you just want to get the ball in their hands as much as possible. Isaiah Hartenstein is kind of the way this team goes. And he's kind of the unsung hero, doesn't get talked about a lot because he's not one of the big three, but he is a reason why they have won so much recently. Casey Wallace averages about 9 points per game, averages almost 3 steals per game. This is where this team kind of makes their hay. Lou Dort averages 7 points per game. Alex Caruso, former Laker, averages 6 points per game. Jalen Williams, 5 points per game. All these guys play excellent defense. Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, Casey Wallace, they're superstar defenders. So at all times, they're kind of able to have 1 to 2 elite defenders at all times on the floor. Jalen Williams can play defense. It's a very communal buy-in on the defensive side of the ball. And it makes it tough because they will deploy Lou Dort and Alex Caruso on the other team's best offensive player, make them work all night, and then let SGA, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren get theirs. So it's really crucial for everyone to step up when you play this Thunder team. Getting into some team stats, they're the best defense in the league. They're 5th in rebounding, about 48 a game. They're 5th in scoring, averaging about 122 per game. Some of that, again, they've had some games, actually multiple games, go into deep overtime. So the number could be skewed a little bit high, but we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And they're 2nd in steals generated per game at almost 11. So the Lakers are slightly worse than them in almost every category. The one thing, though, that I'm looking at that I see. So the Lakers average about 118 points a game. Oklahoma City, 122. Opposing points per game, Lakers give up about 116 points a game, 117. Oklahoma City, 108. Now, just like the Charlotte Hornets, Oklahoma City actually only shoots 47% from the field, where the Lakers are shooting at a 51% clip right now. So Lakers are actually been a little bit more efficient with the scoring and the basketball. We'll see if they can take advantage of that. But this comes out of rebounding. This is the big disparity. 48 rebounds per game for Oklahoma City, 40 for the Lakers. DeAndre Ayton cannot do it by himself. This has to be a team rebounding effort. Jackson Hayes got to come in and give some effort. Rui Hachimura got to be a rebounding wing player. This has to be a very team effort because you cannot give the Thunder a second chance points. They're just too good. They have too many scores. If you give them too many second chance opportunities, they're going to make you pay. So it's really big for the Lakers to take advantage of that and not let them get after them on the glass. The Lakers actually average a couple more assists per game, which does make some sense because they do have so many talented ball handlers in Oklahoma City that it's a lot of kind of iso ball at times. The Lakers have actually done a really good job recently of sharing the basketball and getting after it regardless of who's on the floor. So we'll get in a second, kind of the rest of the matchup, but Luka versus SGA, this is going to be fun. And SGA was the MVP last year. Luka Doncic is certainly making a case this year, and Luka's been phenomenal. In going back to kind of last year, these two teams met up twice late down the stretch. The Lakers actually blew out the Thunder in one of the games. They absolutely destroyed them. I believe they beat them by like 30 at the end of the game. They got up by 40 at one point in the game. It was the Lakers completely ripped them to shreds. Then the Thunder got the next game, but if we remember, that was the famous game where Luka said something to the fan. The Lakers actually came back down 12 in the third and fourth quarter, come back, get a lead. Luka hits a 3, turns around and says something to the fan. Then he gets tossed from the game. So never really, and then the Thunder ended up winning by like double digits, by like 10, 12, something like that. But we never got to see. The Lakers had all the momentum in that game. The Lakers, ironically, last year with how flawed the Lakers were built, albeit in a small sample size in the 2 games Luka was there, not really having a big didn't hurt the Lakers as much against this Thunder team because it was very guard-oriented play. And that's actually how the Lakers wanted to play last year. They wanted to go kind of guard for guard because they weren't built with a massive front court. The rebounding numbers have been much better for the Thunder this year. But still, there's one weakness of this team. Chet's not a physical big. Isaiah Hartenstein isn't a physical big. He's just a kind of solid rebound the basketball. If you can find a way to impose your will down low, then you can get after them up top. That's going to be a real key in this matchup. See if the Lakers can really outdo them on the glass and make sure that they're shooting just from a better clip from the field and not allowing second chance opportunities. So my last point, how do the Lakers stack against defending champs? It's a fun early season matchup. I mentioned it earlier. Whether you're a Laker fan like all of us, if you're a Thunder fan, whatever you are, this is a fun measuring stick performance. The Lakers have looked really good so far. I mean, 8-3 to start the year. You beat the San Antonio Spurs. You beat the Minnesota Timberwolves twice. The Grizzlies are kind of in a free fall, but you beat them. Your only losses are in the Western Conference are to Portland, who we don't think is going to be a serious player, and the Warriors. The Warriors on night one, the Lakers are very discombobulated. Let's see how the Lakers stack. Because going back to those 2 games last year, the Lakers actually played Oklahoma City really tough. And some of the a lot tougher than a lot of these other teams did the entire season. Now, again, it was 2 games, so we can't get too ahead of ourselves. They did split 1-1. But how did the Lakers stack? You want to put some people on notice. If you go in Oklahoma City and win this ball game without LeBron James, people are going to go, wow, the Lakers are a serious, serious threat in the Western Conference. And the Lakers can do it. The Lakers can fully win this game. Vegas has the odds right now of Oklahoma City favored by 7.5 points. The point total set at 228.5. It's about fair. 7.5 points. You're giving 3 points to the home teams. They're saying they're about a 4.5 point favorite on a neutral floor, especially with no LeBron James. But you can put this league on notice with a win tonight, or against on Wednesday night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The key is this: Luka's got to get his. The role players have to step up. And we've been saying this throughout the season, and they have. But especially against a team like Oklahoma City, because what I was talking about earlier, Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, Cason Wallace, they have defenders for days to throw at your best players. Luka and Reeves are going to have their hands full all night. Can the Rui Hachimuras, can the Jake Larabias, the guys like the Dalton Connects, the guys that are coming off the bench or rounding out the starting rotation, can Marcus Smart be effective offensively? Because you got to think that the lineup, you're going to want to have Vando and Marcus Smart on the floor at the same time to counteract some of the amount of elite guards that they do have for Oklahoma City, where you're getting your offensive production. DeAndre Ayton is a key in this game. He has to dominate. If the Lakers win this ball game, and we're all tuning in to Allen on the postgame show, celebrating, having a cocktail with the Laker W, it's going to be because DeAndre Ayton had a big game and made it tough on Chet Holmgren as well as Isaiah Hartenstein, and Luka and Reeves went to work. But it's got to be the supporting pieces. They got to come through, especially with no LeBron James. And where's your outside shooting coming from? I'm looking at Rui Hachimura, looking at Jake LaRavia, and see who can step up. This is going to be an extremely fun matchup. Alan's going to get you guys on the morning show per usual, and the postgame show. Going to be an excellent early season matchup. Hopefully, we're talking about a Laker W, and I'll be back for a preview video against the Pelicans on Thursday night. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you for listening, and go Lakers.